They went to your mother and informed and defrauded her. Why isn't it that the dad signs all those papers at the hospital? But they make sure that your mother's sedated. They make sure she high up all of them, the medication and stuff like that. And then guess what? Why she said all she want to do is get home to her baby. But they go give her a stack of this to sign while the father is sitting right there. And he's not under any medication. Why is he signing the paper? Because they psyched you out. Yep, UCC dash UCC 1-207 and UCC 1 dash 308. Yep, I see you. But this is one of the reasons why they defraud you. Made a new birth certificate, killed you all, and you go through life thinking you alive, no matter how much money you made or whatever. Even if you're successful, you're rich, and you're wealthy right now. Even if you have all the money, and if you have not authenticated your birth certificate, you're still a dead legal entity. You're still a corporation. You have to abide by the rules and their laws. You're under the corporate umbrella, and you're still a government employee. And these rules and these laws and statutes, you hear police say that all the time. Oh, you broke this law. You broke statute code this. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Okay, well, because you are a government employee, you have to abide by these laws and these rules. When you're a state national, guess what happens? When you're a state national, the Secretary of State and the federal government goes ahead and puts your Social Security number and your birth certificate number when you authenticate it, and they put it in all the systems. And when they start running your name, guess what? It comes up, state national, and you get put on the do not detain list. And when you are on the do not detain list, that means you can't detain me for nothing. Only thing that they contest is murder. If you kill somebody. But you are put on the do not detain list, meaning that they can't do nothing to you. You can't detain somebody that's on the detain list. You basically get immunity to everything, except for murder, because that's God's first law. I'm trying to read some of these comments while I'm going. You gotta change the status, guys. I mean, that's just rule number one, man. Like, if you don't do nothing else, we on the, we are on the brinks of, on the path of, accessing our Social Security trust account for some of you guys that haven't, you know, and you're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes patience is a virtue, but the important part is also just becoming a state national and understanding that you don't have to abide by none of the laws, and you have your own rights, the rights of the land. And when you understand that you have the rights of the land, you don't have to pay no debts. Like, you're the only species on earth that's paying to live. And God said, none of my children, no animals, no nothing that's on my earth shall pay to live, pay to be in debt, nothing. So you guys are sitting there paying bills, doing all this stuff, and they just have basically defrauded you and made you think something else. You're working every day to try to make $1, doing this and doing that to try to make $1, trying to send your kids to the best schools. And guess what? All of that changes once you access your Social Security trust account and you access all those millions and trillions, because this is the thing, right? You are able to access it. And don't let people tell you that you can't access it. How is it that you can't access it, but these companies can? You know why these companies can access it? It's because they've lied and said that they were your trustees. The banks, all of these companies accessing it, trading on the stock market and stuff like that. Like, they all literally have said that they were your trustees. And this is one of the reasons why, when you have my other ebook, Non-Citizen, you go and you block your Social Security number to make sure that none of these companies can use your Social Security number. Because that's what they're doing. They're using your birth certificate, they're using your Social Security number, they're using all this to access your Social Security trust account. And the government is letting them. You know why? Because businesses can do business with businesses. You can't do business with a human, live, living person. They can't. No HJR 192. No debt. The government is liable for debt. All human life living person, not corporation. It doesn't say nothing about a corporation in SJR. It talks about human beings. So this is one of the reasons why you are doing business every day with corporations, because you are a corporate entity. And once you break that, you will realize that you no longer have to do business with them. You don't got to do business with them. You don't have to buy by their rules, their laws, their statutes, their codes, their HGR, their UCCs, their UCCSs, all the little penal codes and all that stuff like that. No, that don't apply to me. Go to the next person that hasn't became a state national or a non-citizen national. I'm trying to read that comment. Hold on. My point, why government, attorney, judges, etc. paid their bills, they are not doing this. Why? What you don't understand is that every time you go to court and you get a ticket or whatever like that, they create an accusation number, right? That creates a bond. When you go to court and you get arrested, the first thing the judge says, oh, okay, they do all the little blah, 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 whatever like that, because it's only hearsay, because any law of court is not actual law, actual God's law. So that's not real law. That's an opinion. I mean, if you look at any statutes and codes and stuff like that they use in courts, is Johnson versus Johnson or Marcus versus, whatever. Like they use this versus this. Like it's not actual law, so it's all fake law. So what you don't understand is that the judge, right, which is a government employee, he goes and he accesses your Cestui Que trust account, puts a bond on you. One charge for bonds. 100. You might be paying $200,000. You might get it might be like a little misdemeanor or something. They might tell you, oh, it's $500. But the reason why they're telling you it's $500 is because they've already accessed your Cestui Que trust account, and each bond might be $200,000. So $800,000. And then the DA gonna access it. He gonna file a 1099-A, and guess what he gonna do? He gonna get paid off of it. He gonna get $100,000 to $300,000, and then guess what they gonna do? The DA and the judge, they gonna ask your lawyer that you done paid or your public defender, hey, how much you want? Or they probably got a set fee, and he gonna get paid. He getting paid for prosecuting you, for making you take the plea deal. This is one of the reasons why they don't want you to go to trial and win. For the simple fact that they want you to take that plea deal so they can get paid. This is the reason why child support is so important. Where you think the money come from child support? From your Cestui Que trust account. Who getting paid? It go into a judge's fund. The judges getting paid off of it. What you guys have to understand is those judges, DAs are all liars. Thieves, and liars. All are part of the Bar Association. How is it that your lawyer has a bar card, the DA has a bar card, and the judge has a bar card? Who owns the Bar Association? The British. Who owns all the police, every police department in America except for the sheriffs? The only, except the sheriffs. But every police department in America is owned by who? The Britons, the British. All the court systems in America, that's why they have that British seal in there. You guys probably never even noticed it. It's the British. And they're all working, prosecuting us and working on foreign land because they're the foreigners. They are the foreigners. They're not for us. America is a corporation. Who owns this corporation called United States of America? The British. Who sent so-called forefathers over here, which is forefathers? First they said somebody came over here and discovered you. First of all, you can't discover nothing where people are already at. But then you came over here and you set up a corporate entity, which is the United States of America, because you have United States of America, which is the country that they created, which is originally called the Americas, because people was already here. But then you created a corporation, a fictitious corporation called the United States of America. And then they called you United States citizens. And citizens means corporation. Person of this, person of that, which is a corporation. Somebody call you a person, they call you a corporation. So the British have set in all this. Why do you think that we don't have any gold? Because it came over here and they bankrupted us. And where they sending gold back to? Britain. Why isn't that we don't have no gold? But Britain has towers and towers and towers of gold. Mountains of it, because they have our gold. And then they created this fake money called the dollar, and guess what happens? That's what they give us. That's what they have us spend. They let us put a monetary value on it. Because it's not real money, it's monopoly money. Because if you look at the Cesar K via trust account, you look at HJR 192, it talks about the gold and the silver in coins made from the gold and silver. And that's not what they're giving us. And they say of money, because that's not real money. Money is gold and silver and coins made from gold and silver. Why do you think that they call the dollar bill? And why do you think they call it coins? But if you look at HJR 192, it mentions coins. It mentions money and coins. The dollar bill, $100, the $20, that is not money. That is fictitious, made up money. Silver and gold, and whatever is made from silver or gold, which is coins, is what is supposed to be considered money. Because they could have created a coin that was $100. They could have created a coin that was $20. They could have created a coin that was $5 or $10 or $1. Why didn't they create those coins? Because they didn't want you to have those coins. Why do you think they're making the coins out of zinc and copper and all of this stuff like this? Why do you think that they're not making the coins out of gold and silver? Because they don't want you to have gold and silver. Because they're robbing you. And then you're walking around saying, oh, this is money, this is this and this. And they're giving you zinc and copper in your money. They're not giving you gold and silver. Because they're robbing you. And they're making you think money is what money is not.
Deep, yo.
Yeah, because it's worthless.
Deep talking.
If you look at HJR 192 and you go read that when it talks about the debt and who's the creditor, you know, we've always been the creditor. But these companies, these banks, and this corporation, this government entity, always going to make us think that we are the debtor. How am I the debtor? But you're taking money out of my Cesar K trust account, and you're prepaying, for my house or for my car, for my whatever, and then you're telling me that. Now you're telling me, so you took money from this because you're the one that was the one in debt because you needed the money to pay off of this, but then you tricked me into a contract or into a finance contract, to an auto, to a mortgage loan, or whatever like that, a loan. You mean I should be giving you the loan? You're the one borrowing the money from me. And then they put you a loan and say, oh, you got to pay this loan for this 72 months and with this interest and all this stuff like this, and defrauding you because they already accessed your Cesar K trust account and got the money. But they don't want you to listen. These people don't want you to know anything about land patents. I mean, some of you guys have not even heard of the MCO. What an MCO is on a car. The manufacturer's certificate of origin. You guys probably never even seen it. Y'all probably bought a million cars. Never even know what an MCO is. Never even know what the certificate of origin is. You probably never have even seen one. And the reason why you don't want to see one is because they don't want you to know it exists, because that's the original copy of the title to the car. But what they give you is they give you the registration. That's all they register. The registration don't mean nothing. Registration don't mean anything. Okay, I'm registering my car. Okay. Because they know as long as you keep registering, what are you doing? As long as you know that you don't have they don't want you to know you can pull your title. I mean, they don't want you to know that you can pull your registration. You can rescind your registration and never pay registration again. They don't want you to know that you can rescind and denounce your driver's license. Why? Because they want you to keep paying for the driver's license every time you lose it. They want you to abide by the laws and the rules. The only people that's supposed to have a driver's license are commercial drivers. You're not a commercial driver. 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 You are a traveler. and you're free. And you're free under God's laws. You're free to travel wherever you desire. There are no borders. There are no borders, and this is what they make you think. Like I said, you don't even know what an
Talk, skip.
MCO
Real
checks.
talk, real talk, my
So some of
brother.
you guys are registering your car. Why? For the simple fact because they want you to pay. They want you to keep on paying that registration every year. Keep making money. You guys have to understand that the United States of America is a banking system. Everything that you do, you get pulled over for a ticket, you go to jail. If you got to pay a bill, it's all a banking system, and it's all to keep you in debt and to keep making money for them to keep flowing. And guess what? Those 1%ers, the 2 or 10%ers, whatever you guys want to call them, the greedy people up there, what they do is they keep on just taking, while you just keep on dishing. They got millions and millions and millions. What, 38, 48 million people in America? Well, how many ever people it is in America? Just paying bills, paying this and paying this and paying it. And they don't want you to know that you have a Social Security trust account. They don't want you to know that you have money there. They don't want your kids to know that because they keep on trading on the stock market, taking your bonds, taking your Social Security number, doing whatever they want to do with it. I mean, they are the true identity thefts.
Them no.
They're the ones who create identity theft on you.
No, brother.
What do you say, Donnie? If you just do it without understanding the info, you're going to jail. There's a Telegram group. Check. Listen, there's no such thing. I mean, listen, all you guys keep talking about people going to jail, this and this and this, and you guys can't name nobody went to jail for nothing. Only 2 people I know, because I did all the research. The 2 people went to jail, husband and wife, went to jail for accessing their Social Security trust account, but because they were their own trust, they weren't state nationals, but they were the beneficiary and the trustee of their own accounts. And had they been state nationals and got their birth certificate authenticated, nothing probably would have never happened to them. But if they only got a year in jail apiece, and they walked away with $36 million because it was from their Social Security trust account, they still were able to keep the money. So some of you guys are listening to other people, listening to these groups and this and this. You can go ahead. I mean, I'm not stopping you. I don't care. I don't care. I give out the information that I like. You either take it or you don't. You can find out. You can get misconstrued by other people, and you listen to so many people that are so wrong, and they're not even telling you right because they haven't even done a research. They heard from this person, they heard from that person, they heard from this person said this, and this person said that, and then they start listening and keep going on and on and on and on and on. Oh, I heard, this is, okay. I mean, my thing is this. If it's so illegal to access your Social Security trust account, then name some people that went to jail for accessing it. Name some people, because the first people that will go to jail will be this corporation, these companies, because they're the ones who are accessing it every day. If there were people that was going to jail for accessing your Social Security trust account, then how come when you go to gmeiutility.org, how come none of those people are going to jail for accessing your Social Security trust account? Trading you on the stock market on Treasury Direct or using your bonds or using your Social Security. How come none of those people going to jail? People going to jail, they telling you because they know that you're not intelligent, so they're gonna tell you that you'll go to jail for doing it, but they're not going to jail for doing it because they're acting as your trustee and they're stealing your money, which is illegal also. If you look at the Social Security via Trust Act of 1666, it'll let you know. Even if you look at the Social Security trust bylaws, it'll tell you that a trustee cannot steal from the beneficiary. And that's what all these companies are doing. Because they know you sleepwalking, you're not going to come back and claim it. You're not going to come back and put a hold on your Social Security number. You're not going to come back and access it and become a state national. So why do they care? Because 99% of you guys aren't going to do it. It's going to be a small number. And I say probably in the next 10 years, it'll probably be maybe about 10 or 15% of the American population that goes ahead and does it. Because the majority of you don't want to. You guys want to see, you know what, like they say, in risk there's reward. And one of the things I can say about a lot of people is that you guys are scared to risk anything. You only live one life. And if you don't risk anything, then what is the purpose of living? Like, what is the purpose? Because you spend so much time trying to listen to other people and walking in the shadows of other people and let me see you do it first. Oh, did he go to jail? Did anything happen? Okay, he didn't. Okay, let me try it now. Let me be the one to go do it. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, safe and clear? Nah, but try it for yourself. Once you do your own research and figure it out and figure out if there's a trust account. I mean, if you don't understand, then why is it say right there, Sussex via Act 1666? I mean, if you don't understand this stuff, why is it HJR 192? Why do you have UCC 1-308? Why do you have like all of these codes? Listen, what you guys have to understand is they wrote all of this stuff and they put this stuff right in front of your face. They put it right in front of your face, and it was your fault that you didn't understand it or want to understand it or go read it, go research it. It's easy to open up a magazine. It's easy to go, look at, girls all day on TikTok, or it's easy to go play video games. But you guys are not taking the time out to get ahead in life, because most of you guys just want people to give it to you. And then even when a person like me gives it to you, gives it the information, you still don't take it upon yourself to go and research and to take it upon yourself to even try to get somewhere with it. Because you guys exactly complete programming. Complete programming. I mean, if you're a person that, like me, I taught myself a lot in life. And a lot of people didn't give me, time to share information and knowledge and stuff like that with me. So it took me a long time to learn because I had to piece stuff together. You know what I'm saying? It's you got a lot of people that aren't made like me, that can put the information out there and say, hey, and then try to charge you millions and millions of dollars for the education that I'm giving you. Because some people, they're not even going to give you nothing, and they're going to still take all your money. And then if they do take your money, they're going to give you bits and pieces. If you buy the ebook, you can. If you want the ebook, you can email me at skiptheboss1@gmail.com or skiptheboss@gmail. The ebook is $250. It comes with the Live Debt Free ebook, the Non-Citizen National ebook, and it comes with the How to Authenticate Your Birth Certificate ebook. And then you also have access to my Telegram with all the documents you need. Anything from traffic tickets, going to court, remittance letters, letter to creditors. I can't remember everything on there, but I have a ton